Shalom, 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 shalom. This is Abad coming to you once again to the Spirit and the Power of Yahweh Shem Shai with another lesson. Before I go into this lesson, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone who will well out here teaching us this truth. Peace, citation, and blessings to the hopeful elect, to the house of David, to the Akim out here pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity, and to you, Aqua, that's out here learning in silence, one of your husbands is your spiritual leader, Shalom. Hey, man, this is in response to a brother, your call that, did this lesson, Trouble is Here, and he's right. We believe that we are in the first stages of Jacob's trouble, Lord willing, This could be the first stage of Jacob's trouble, Lord willing, hey, this might be the year that Yahweh Shem Shai, Jacob's trouble this could be the year. Could be the year, Lord willing, We know that there's prophecies that have to be fulfilled until Yahweh Shem Shai returns for his elect. So before we go into scriptures, I just want to, like I said, this is in response to brother your call that did this lesson. So we're just going to play a video and get right into some scriptures.
Protests in Los Angeles overnight with some demonstrators now setting fires and throwing things at police to protest a series of immigration raids by federal agents. Now, officers have arrested dozens of people on Saturday. President Trump ordered hundreds of National Guard troops to the city, even though the governor, that's Gavin Newsom, who normally controls the soldiers, did not want them there on the streets. Now, this is the first time a president has done this without a governor's approval since 1965. Jonathan Vigliotti is in LA. Jonathan, good morning to you. It was a very tense weekend, very scary to watch. What's the latest today?
It was, and good morning to you, Gail. I just want to give you a second to absorb the scene because we are here in downtown Los Angeles. It is completely locked down. You easily have hundreds of police officers staged throughout the area. We're actually limited in what we can show you because of all the graffiti that's been scrolled on the buildings yesterday and today. We were here, thousands of protesters yesterday. They've since been dispersed this morning. The focus today, though, for law enforcement, federal buildings, which has become the target for these protests after the National Guard was sent in yesterday. Tensions remain high in Los Angeles after thousands took to the streets on Sunday to protest immigration sweeps happening throughout the region and the country. Downtown, protesters set vehicles on fire, threw rocks at squad cars, and blocked the busy 101 freeway. We're here at what is the entrance to downtown LA, and you can see the destruction that's been caused here. You've got several vehicles that are on fire. We're told that these are Waymo cars. You have the National Guard here, LAPD. They put out tear gas, flashbangs that you hear right now to disperse the crowd. It has been working.
An act of violence, whether toward officers, demonstrators, or the public, will be met with swift and lawful action.
LA's police chief says dozens of arrests were made in the past 48 hours. LA Mayor Karen Bass.
I was hoping to prevent this situation from happening. It's the last thing our city needs.
The latest escalation point, President Trump's deployment of 2,000 National Guard troops to LA against the wishes of city and state leaders, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, who accused the president of, quote, trying to manufacture a crisis to create chaos. Trump denied those claims.
There was a lot of violence there. There was a lot of violence, and it could have gotten much worse. And you have an incompetent governor. Well, we're going to have troops everywhere. We're not going to let this happen to our country. We're not going to let our country be torn apart.
In an interview on MSNBC, Newsom fired back.
And it's immoral. You're creating the conditions that you claim you're solving, and you're not. And you're putting real people's lives at risk.
And it's worth repeating, this is the first time a president has sent in the National Guard over the objections of a governor since the civil rights era in the 1960s. Meanwhile, to the immigration raids, we are learning that they will be conducted on a daily basis here in Los Angeles for the next month, Nate. Jonathan.
So now, as you see, you know, Trump, you know, has had his hand in this, man, and we know that, you know, and we know that through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai that he's operating, you know, off the left hand of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is putting that spirit on Trump, you know, to bring this trouble, you know, and he's doing just that. He's bringing that trouble, man. So we're gonna go into scripture, and we know that if you look at around the world, around here in the United States, you know, Texas, Oregon, Seattle, Vegas, here in Arizona, New York, they're starting to, you know, riot everywhere. You know, they're starting to riot everywhere. You know, I was just watching last night how these black military choppers was coming from north. They were coming from up north, and they were heading south. You know, and there's no telling, you know, what's about to happen. But we know that these damn devils are about to really unleash the evil in this world, on this earth, man, in this country, man, in so-called America, Babylon the Great. We know that hey, they about to unleash evil on, you know, they're about to let their horns truly show, and they're about to show everybody that they are the devil that the Bible speak of, you know. And hey, man, it's the time we're in that time where Jacob's trouble is about to fully break out, you know. It's about to fully break out, you know. So I believe that we're in the beginning of the troubles that are ahead, that are soon to come, you know. Because we have more troubles that we haven't even seen yet. So it's going to get real bad out here. So we're going to go to, this is Jeremiah 30, and I'm going to start at 6. And it says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Because see, when the trouble really comes, see, everybody's still at ease. Everybody's like, oh, okay, you know, we've seen riots before, it's nothing. But what you about to understand, what you guys got to understand is there's more hell that's about to be loosened by these damn devils, man. There's more trouble that's going to be loosened by Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. He's about to let loose, man. And it's going to be really bad out here, you know. They're already getting rid of you women's rights, you know. They're doing all kind of stuff, you know what I mean? They're trying to get everything go back to what it was back in slavery, where, you know, it was segregation, you know, whites with whites, blacks with blacks, and things like that. So everything's about to, you know, like they say, history repeats itself. Well, it does, but it's already been prophesied that it's going to do this. By who? By Yahweh Shemel Shai. See what I'm saying? So these devils are really trying to take over. That's why Trump said that he wants America to be great again. See what I'm saying? To go back to what? Slavery, man. And that's exactly what he's about to do. And all this chaos that these Edomites are causing is to what? Implement their agenda, which is that microchip, their Qaragma. You know what I mean? So all of this is going to happen, you know? So it says, verse 7, it says, at last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's going to be saved out of it? The elect. You know? The elect is going to be saved out of it. Everybody ain't gonna be saved out of it. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, withstanding for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Well, who's going to be found written in the book? That book is the book of life. Who's going to be found written in that book of life? The elect. If you're not part of the elect, you're not going to be found written in that book. You know? Because Esau is about to bring trouble. And right before, you know, World War III hit, Yahweh Shemel, sometime between the Jacob's trouble and World War III, that's when Yahweh Shemel Shai's got to come and deliver the elect out of here, man. So what is he going to do? He's going to send Michael to what? Gather up the elect. Because when you go to, let's get that. Matthew 24:31, it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So the angels are going to start gathering up the elect. Sometime between Jacob's trouble and World War III. You know, sometime in between Jacob's trouble and World War III, the angels are going to start gathering up the elect. Lord willing, we be part of that number. Because it's going to get so bad out here. It's going to get so bad out here that Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to have to lift up that standard. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's coming, man. It's coming. You know? This is Matthew 24:21 says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. Why? Because there's never have been such a drastic trouble like what we're seeing now, what we're about to see to come. You know what I mean? This trouble is about to escalate dramatically. It's going to get so worse, people are not going to know what to do. They're going to get so afraid and so scared at what's going on. They're not going to know what to do. But guess what? You had the elders and apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone have been warning you Jakes for how long? For years, 30, 40 years, you know? And you still haven't taken heed to what they were saying, you know? They've been giving you warning. Going back, let's get that. Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Well, the prophets, you had the elders and apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone have been giving you warning of what thus said the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai. But you Jakes don't want to listen. You think that this is a joke. You think that this is entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is not a joke. Yahweh Shemel Shai is coming back to do what? To kill 2/3 and to destroy so-called America, Babylon the Great. So there's nothing you Jakes can do, man. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. There's nothing you're gonna be able to do. See, Yahweh Shemel Shai is willing to destroy the 2/3 just to save the elect. See what I'm saying? Why? Because the only ones that's gonna take heed and listen to what thus said the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai is who?
You ain't working with us no more.
Is the elect, you know? They're the only ones that's gonna take heed to what thus said the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know what I mean? So you 2/3 gotta be destroyed, man. You have to be destroyed. You're not gonna take heed. And going back to Romans 11:7, you guys have been blinded. Even though you're looking for the answers, you're not going to get it because the answer is right in front of you. Who has the answers? The prophets, the men of the Lord. They have the answer. They have what thus says the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but you guys are not going to listen. You guys are not going to take heed. Y'all going to scoff. Y'all going to mock. But it's okay because everybody's coming back in their lot. But trouble's come. Trouble's here. Trouble's here now. What are you going to do? Who are you going to call on? Who are you going to look up to when all this trouble comes around, man? When it comes to pass, and it's coming to pass, right in your face, you know. So we're giving you warning, but you're not taking heed. Ezekiel 3:18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So if we don't, see, we're trying to save your life. We're trying to give you Jake's warning. But you don't want your life to be saved. See? But if we don't give you the warning, your blood is on our hands. Well, we don't want your blood on our hands. See what I'm saying? We want to be free from your blood, man. We want to be free from that blood. So what are we doing? Yeah, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And we're delivering our soul because we're giving you Jake's warning of what's coming. We're telling you that the trouble's coming. You can't get away from it. You can't turn away from it. You're not going to be able to run away from the trouble that's coming, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is using Esau Edom to bring you that trouble. You're either going to take heed and turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or you're going to be destroyed. Hey, the choice is yours, man. It's not ours, it's yours. You know? It's not ours, it's yours. We have heard the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we have taken heed. So now we're doing what he's requiring us to do. You know what I mean? He's doing it. There's another precept that I want to get. Yep, this is it. Joel 2 and 1 at the top. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And it's coming, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming. That's why you see all this chaos. That's why you see all this trouble. Because why? We're blowing the trumpet in Zion, warning you Jakes, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. We're giving you warning, letting you know that, look, Yahweh Shem Yahushua he's coming. He's nigh. He's at hand. And that's why you see all this trouble. That's why you see the trouble coming. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is at hand. He's soon to come. What are you going to do? It says, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Why? Because there's not going to be no more trouble like this. There's not going to be anything like this. There's nothing going to be anything like this. Nothing on this earth. This is it. This is the final. This is the finale. This is the finale of the end. And there's going to be a big bang. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going out with a great big bang, man. His movie is going out with a great big bang. You guys got to understand, this is Yahweh Shem Yahushua's movie. He created this movie. He orchestrated this movie. He put this movie together. He is the producer. He is the caster. He's everything. He's everything. He put this movie together. And it's gonna go out with a bang. And if y'all don't take heed to the prophets and to the men of the Lord, if y'all don't take heed to the elders and apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, and turn from your wickedness and do your best to be righteous, walk in righteousness, walk in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey, if you don't do your best to do that, you're going to die. It's just that plain simple. Well, that's kind of cruel that you just gonna say that people gonna die. Well, it is what it is. Yahweh Shem Yahushua said so, and that's what it is. It's verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So nothing is going to escape the thermonuclear missiles and the beams that's going to come out of the chariots. Nothing is going to escape the destruction of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're not going to be able to escape that. When Yahweh Shem Yahushua sends his destruction, you're not going to escape it. You're not going to be able to hide. You're not going to be able to duck and dive, bob and weave. You ain't going to be able to do that. You ain't going to be able to do it. The trouble's here. You're going to either take heed or be destroyed. You know what I mean? You're going to take heed or be destroyed. There's nothing else y'all can say or do. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua had enough. What did he say? He said, I'm done touching the wickedness of the earth. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture. As a matter of fact, let me get that. I don't want to butcher it. 2 Ezra 15. And I'm going to start at 7. Therefore, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I will hold my tongue no more as touching the wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Why? Because he's done touching he's done touching it, man. He's done holding his tongue. He's done holding his peace. You know? He's done. He's done with it. He's done with it. He's really done. You know? He's done touching the wickedness of this place, man. It's time for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to come and destroy so-called America, Babylon the Great. It's time for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to destroy Esau Edom and put him into captivity and these other nations. It's time for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to destroy 2/3 of our people. Because y'all wicked, man. And y'all don't want to do right. You know? That's why you got Jake on these platforms talking all this crap about the Hebrew Israelites. Calling us black Hebrew Israelites. We're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites. Period, point blank. You know? So I pray that this was edifying. I pray that you few brothers and few sisters who are tuning in, listening, I pray through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that y'all be edified. Until next time, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kwahakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone who will well out here teaching us this truth. Peace, citation, and blessings to the hopeful elect, to the house of David, to the Akim out here pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity. And to you, Aqua, that's out here learning in silence from your husbands, who is your spiritual leader. Shalom.